Set? Right, so now when you actually conduct the interview. So, who's done much interviewing before? Anyone? Okay. So, one thing that's really, really important is getting the interviewer to load in the question, okay? Because typically, 99% of the time, you don't want to hear what the question is off camera, okay? So a prime example would be, can you tell me how Jade has settled in to the company, okay? So that's the question. So if you haven't told the interviewee to load that question in, they might just go, yeah, really well on the first day. You've got no context of what that answer was, okay? So what you say to someone, you say, right, okay, can you tell us how Jade settled in? Jade settled in really, really well. Okay, so you get the person answering the question to load the question in. Okay, it's very, very important, or else it just will have no context. So always make sure that they load or repeat your question at the beginning of their answer. Okay, yeah, so another thing as well, if someone's not used to being interviewed, it's a good way of maybe doing a couple of throwaway questions that you don't really want. Okay, so, and typically in something like this, it's probably to get them to talk about themselves, because you probably won't want to use much of that, because this is a testimonial, a 90-second or 60-second testimonial about the 3As. Okay, so you're not going to want someone going, yeah, hi, yeah, Reels in Motion, da 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 da. You won't really want, it won't make the edit, but you obviously want them to do that to begin with, because it will probably loosen them up a little bit, okay? So typically, the very first question is just introduce yourself. The second question is tell me a little bit about your job and what you do, okay? So we'll try that if you want. Okay. So my highlight, go on.
Sound test.
Oh yeah, sorry, sound test as well. So obviously we can hear it come through the speakers, but Tom's picking up on the camera as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay? So typically just get your interviewee just to count to 10, or say their name, because sometimes even if they count to 10, they do it really shy. Weirdly, they just all become really shy. 1, 2, 3, 4. So obviously you don't get a real test like that. So either, yes, hello, good afternoon, my name's Matt Hubbard, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, sounds good.
Brill, okay. So then you basically would say the camera is rolling. So that lets lets everyone who you're working with know that the camera's at speed, or you can say at speed, camera rolling. But it also lets the interviewer know. Okay, so interviewer is nice and relaxed. Hello, my name's Matt Hubbard. I'm a founding director of Reels in Motion, and we are a video production company that's based in Stoke-on-Trent. Okay, so you might want to get them to do that a couple of times, again, just to kind of loosen them up. So I'll do that again.
Just go for that one more time.
Okay. Hi, my name's Matt, Matt Hubbard. I'm a director of Reels in Motion and founding director. See, cut, start again. Classic. It was right the first time, wasn't it? Shouldn't have done it twice.
Okay, camera roll. So Matt, would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, my name's Matt. I'm a founding director of Reels in Motion. We're a video production company based in Stoke, and we work all over the country making films for different types of businesses. Okay. Yeah, so cut. Okay. So, does everyone understand like the change in depth? So in effect, yeah. So typically, when you go to a new question, you would change the depth of the shot. You're building up to kind of a close-up. Obviously, you're building an interview up to the real best stuff. Typically, you want the best stuff on the close-up. When you get someone to do a question twice, don't keep it kind of at the same. If you're shooting at one camera, don't just keep it the same depth, because it'd be very tough unless you've got cutaways. So obviously cutaways being other shots that you could get. So in effect, if this was for free A's, we might go and get a few cutaways of me and Jade, like having a meeting or Jade working. So, but if you haven't got that luxury, or best practice anyway, would be to get 2 depths. So you do the question, not quite right. So when you do it again, you either do it tighter or wider. So you can cut between both. So both then become usable takes, okay? So the first question was, it was to tell us about your experiences with Jade, wasn't it? Sorry about all this pressure, Jade.
Would you like to tell us your experiences with Jade, please?
Yeah, so Jade joined us the end of last year, and she's been really, really good. She handles all of our digital marketing. She's helped with a new website launch. She does a lot of our social media. She's starting to get into kind of email shots and using MailChimp. And all in all, she's a real credit and a real good member of the team.
Okay, but we'll have to do that one more time because you started with a yes.
Right, okay.
Okay, so I'll change that. Could you tell me your experiences with Jade, please?
Our experiences with Jade have been really, really positive. She joined the company back end last year, and since then has helped with a new website, some email marketing, and generally really, really does contribute to the company massively and does all of her social media. She's really, really good.
Okay, great, thank you.
Right, so cut. So that one's in the bag. So 2 attempts. First one started with yes, which obviously is not great. Like I said, loading the question in. So second time, we loaded the question in. Okay. I'm just trying to remember what the other question was. Huh? Oh, yeah, yeah. So everyone remember the remit. So this is a 60-second testimonial for free A's, okay? So I've kind of positioned it with Jade, but really, free A's want me talking about them, okay? They're really pleased that Jade's great, but obviously their audience is other businesses like me. So if you understand your audience, you know that for me, it was like, what's the process going to be like? You know, how are the free A's going to help me? You know, will I get to see loads of people? Will it be a nightmare? So that is what we need to try and coax out of the interview, okay? So the next question would be, what is your experiences with free A?
Okay, camera's rolling. What is your experiences with the free A's been like?
The experience that I've had with the free A's has been really, really positive. From the outset, finding Jade and interviewing Jade was really, really good. Everything was kind of communicated to me excellently. Shall we cut?
I'm not going to change angle on that one because we're not going to use that one.
Okay.
Okay, so camera's rolling. What's your experiences with free A's been like?
The experience with Phrase has been fantastic from the outset. Ever since kind of, you know, the interview process, that was really, really good. I didn't have to see loads and loads of people. They kind of narrowed it down to exactly, you know, who would potentially work for us. So we met Jade, and you know, we're happy with her straight away, and then everything else was really, really good. We'd never taken on an apprentice before, so we really did need our hands holding, and that kind of, you know, that was really there. Support was always there, and you know, I'd thoroughly recommend, you know, getting in touch with them if you want to talk about how the cold apprenticeship works.
Okay, good.
You want me to do that again, don't you? I personally think I could probably do that a bit better.
You'd like to do that again?
Yeah.
We'll do it again. Angle's changed.
I was a bit like waffly.
Okay. You could do the answer, but shorten it
Yeah,
down.
short it down.
As
Short
concise
and
as possible.
short and concise, because we haven't got 9 minutes, have we? We've got 90 seconds.
Okay, camera is rolling. What have your experiences been like with free A's?
The experience with the free A's has been fantastic. Ever from the outset, when you know, we were contacted with Jade as a potential for the company, the interview was really, really good, and from then everything was kind of a really easy process. We'd never worked with an apprenticeship before, so we needed our hands holding, and the free A's have supported us all the way through.
I'm happy with that. Would you recommend to next?
Yeah, finally would recommend. Okay. So, sharp.
Sharp. Camera's rolling. Would you recommend the free A's to other businesses?
I would thoroughly recommend the 3As to other businesses. The whole process has been really, really good, and we've ended up with a really excellent new member of the team.
Okay, cool. We will do that one more time. It's fine, but we'll do it one more time just for editing purposes.
Okay.
Okay. Cameras rolling. Would you recommend the 3As to other businesses?
I'd thoroughly recommend the 3As to other businesses who are looking for apprenticeship. It's been really, really good, and we've now got a fantastic new member of the team. Good. Cut. Interview over. Thank you very much.